Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. This week, filling your ears with punches is me, Tyler.
And me, Jarrett.
And me, Ethan.
And back to your regularly. Yeah, I said it right, I think.
Regularly.
Yeah.
Scheduled programming, we're going to go back to the Baldur's Gate 3 changes that they made, and we're going to say if we think they're better or not. This week, obviously from the punches, it's Monk. And I can't say Monk without wanting to say Monkey, and then I want to go into a Frieza thing.
Stupid monkey.
Exactly. I immediately just... I made these. I made Monk this time. Ethan is normally our Baldur's Gate 3 changes. So...
But I hate Monk.
And...
I don't know how that would affect how you literally describe the changes, but all right. I'll allow it.
And it was more that he...
Didn't want to do it.
Didn't want to look it up.
That's fine.
So what I did was completely different than what Ethan does. I looked up the Baldur's Gate 3 wiki and compared it to D&D Beyond and compared the two classes.
That's what we do. We just do it in our heads.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, I don't know that much about it to
You
really
should know this class. You've played this class the most.
Somebody hasn't played it in 30 years.
Exactly.
So,
Look,
So
that's his problem, not ours.
yeah.
that is true. It is my problem. To start us off, the base class change. Jarrett, read that first one.
Base class, bullet point.
I fucking hate you so goddamn
Start
much.
with 2 key points at first level and gain 1 each level. Second bullet point.
I've never wanted to throw a fucking pencil at you so goddamn bad.
Martial arts jumps to a D6 at 3rd level instead of 5th level.
Hang on. Let's go back to the 2 key points at the first level.
That's not enough. That's not a big enough change, really.
It gives you 1 extra.
1 extra.
That's it.
Whoop-de-dee-doo.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
Because
not a lot.
normally if I remember right, you get 2 key points at 2nd level.
You
And
get
tabletop
you get
prep.
a key point at every level. But yes, you don't get key points until 2nd level. So,
yeah.
Do
but
know
yeah.
that you gain them back on a
short
short
rest.
rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's 1 extra. It does
That's
not matter.
a lot.
Yeah. 1 extra is...
How would you change it then to make it better?
You get extra equal to your proficiency bonus.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
On top of what the table already is?
Yep.
Yeah. You get 1 every level, and then you also get a number equal to your proficiency bonus. That would grant you the same. You would get 3 at level 1, and then
Well,
it would go up
yeah.
a little bit, and then there'd be certain levels you would get 2,
Yeah.
and yeah.
It's not as big of an issue in Baldur's Gate 3 because Stunning Strike sucks in Baldur's Gate 3 because it's an actual action you have to do. You can't just be like, I punch, I hit, and then I Stunning Strike.
Yeah. It's not a reaction.
It's not a reactionary thing. You have to just say, I'm going to Stunning Strike, and it
either hits or misses.
it sucks.
And uses the key points either way.
Yeah. It's a definitely nerf to the monk class.
It's one of the few negative changes to the
So
classes.
anyway, yeah, what I'm saying, you use your key points for Fury Blows. That's all you use them for.
Yeah. And then martial arts jumps to 1d6 at 3rd. That just gives you more damage early on.
Nice, but
It's nothing dramatic. It helps you get rid of those weapons early on. Because
I guess.
then you're like, I don't need a fucking weapon. Okay. You can keep going.
Oh.
3rd bullet point.
3rd bullet point. Get Fury Blows at 1st level instead of 2nd level. Hence why you need the key points.
Yeah.
It's really nice for a short period of time. It doesn't make that big of a difference.
It doesn't.
There's just not enough damage to make it that big of a
Yeah.
difference.
Slow fall, gain resistance. Oh, sorry. 4th bullet point. Slow fall, gain resistance to fall damage instead of 5 times your monk level decrease.
So that just cuts it in half.
Okay.
Right? It cuts
Resistance,
whatever
yeah.
whatever the fall damage is, it cuts in half So if you were a level 5 monk,
Man,
you would
you know what they
take
really should have
25
done?
damage less.
Let you cast Featherfall.
Yep.
That's just
Yeah.
it's way simpler.
This is a not a huge deal on the tabletop. Fall damage is not common on the tabletop.
No, but also
It could be.
the improved movement stuff on the tabletop is more likely to come up, and you can
Therefore,
actually
fall damage would be more important if you're doing.
and wouldn't break the game if they let you run across water or run up walls in Baldur's Gate 3, because that just totally like breaks every fucking dungeon / Baldur's Gate 3 or Baldur's Gate itself. You can just run.
But this does make a big difference in Baldur's Gate 3, where verticality is much easier to achieve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fifth bullet point: automatically cast Stillness of Mind if charmed or frightened to end it.
So in tabletop, you have to take an action to do it. You actually have to take it out of time to do it.
That's nice.
In this, it just if you're charmed, the next time next time you go, it just cast it and you're done.
Yeah, that is nice. Sixth bullet point: unarmored movement no longer lets you move vertically or on walls, which we already talked about. Instead, difficult terrain doesn't slow you, and you can jump an additional 6 meters / 20 feet while unarmored or no shield.
Which, for the game, is probably the best choice
It is.
that they could have made for that,
yeah.
because that
More
is
jumping.
so great.
Jumping in Baldur's Gate 3 is broken.
So useful.
That's how you fucking move around.
It's fantastic.
You bunny hop.
Who walks anymore?
Exactly.
We just hop everywhere.
And then somebody forgets to hop, and they're fucking left behind 3 acts ago.
Then you're cursing at the computer,
Mm-hmm.
and you're having to select them, but you didn't select the other people to stop following, so they jump back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
What is it?
Or you just go to that character and
Oh.
you didn't move anybody,
Yeah.
and they just
Yeah.
everybody starts jumping back. And you're
Oh,
like,
the
I
worst
just
is-
fucking fixed it.
The worst is when you jump up or down, you're going vertical, and then you taking damage, and you like keep taking damage because you don't hit. Was it Alt G
Yeah.
to ungroup?
Yeah.
You're like fucking god damn it.
It's just a circus. It's awful.
Way of the Shadow.
And you don't have to read that one. We're gonna split that up, Mr. Bullet Point.
Please let it be Ethan.
It is Ethan.
Please do it.
Way of the Shadow. This is the first.
The way you're reading it is just. It was less robotic than his, yet somehow more robotic.
Way of the Shadow. This is the first subclass. I forgot what they're called. Monastic traditions.
Yeah.
Yes. For monk that we're going to go through here. First bullet point. You gain Cloak of Shadows at level 5 instead of level 11.
Because at level 11 in Baldur's Gate, like you don't, or no, you do get something.
You
But
get,
it changed it completely.
Yeah, I gave it a new ability.
Yeah.
I guess that's Shadow Strike.
And it's right there.
It is.
Yeah.
So.
I thought I didn't write it down for some reason.
Me too. I didn't look at the second bullet point.
But you're also like hampered by it only being 12 levels. So you want to fit
Yeah,
everything
if they-
in that's cool, that's useful, and
Yeah.
that makes the class work into those 12 levels. And you want to give it to them early enough that it actually makes a difference in the game.
Well, and Cloak of Shadows lets you become invisible.
Yeah.
And you just remain invisible until you attack, cast a spell, or are in an area of bright light. So it's not that game breaking to give it to them at 5.
No, because
No.
A lot of
every
it's lit.
spellcaster can cast invisibility at that point.
Yeah.
Whenever they want.
They can actually cast it before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Second bullet point. At level 11, you gain Shadow Strike. You use 3 key points, and you can do an additional 3d8 psychic damage.
It's nice.
Yeah, seems fine. For,
I don't think you'll ever get to 11th level as a monk.
you don't think so?
Oh, there's no reason to.
You get far more out of taking, say, Rogue with a Shadow Monk.
You
And
get
getting-
way more taking 3 levels of Thief Rogue
Yeah.
and getting a second bonus action.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's with the monk, especially with the second bonus action. Oh, my
It's
God.
fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You have literally 6 attacks.
Just buckets of
Yeah.
cum.
That's great. What?
What? It's what? It's action economy, right?
Yeah.
Everyone loves action economy if they know anything about D&D.
It's king.
That is true.
It is king.
Yeah. Next up, because that's the only changes. I don't know why the fuck I rolled. I'm the only one left. Is Way of the Four Elements. Bullet point 1.
Yay! He did it.
Harmony of Fire and Water lets you regain half your key points once per long rest.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but whenever you get them per short rest.
But like,
I guess
again,
if that third one, if you really need them back.
it gives you essentially 2.5 short rests
Yeah.
because you can get your key points, half your key points back, and you don't have to take a long rest, which you should be taking long rest all the time. You use 2 short rests like after every encounter.
It's how you advance so much of the story.
Yeah,
is long rest.
If you're trying to like hoard camp supplies and not take long rest because you're like, I gotta stretch it out, fucking don't. There's no reason why. There's no reason to.
And then the Way of the Four Elements is your spellcaster monk, and they changed. I don't even know if they changed.
I think they just lowered all the key point cost, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah, they made it more.
There might be a couple changes because there's some things that aren't in the game.
Yeah, there probably is.
There was some because like they changed. One of the spells was changed like just to create water.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
It's not like you could create anything.
Yeah.
I think, and it was changed to create, or maybe that was wizard. That was wizard. Never mind.
But
I'm getting my classes mixed up.
anyway, it's just they made the abilities more economical to use and not cost fucking all your key points.
Yeah, because
every
in
time you want to use
tabletop,
one.
in tabletop,
the-
your options are flurry of blows, or stunning strike, or
Use
the
one
spells.
one of the spells that do less damage and take all your key points.
Yeah.
Now, this is like a ton better than the actual player's handbook Way of Four Elements. There's still never a time where you should be taking this subclass.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
better because of like the conditions and the surfaces. Because you
It's
can like
good,
light stuff
yeah.
on fire.
But
make
if you're
wa-
going to
make
play
water.
around with surfaces, go play a cleric or a druid.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, but it's better. But I mean, Shadow's got far more utility, and Open Hand, which we're going to cover next,
Yeah, is the best one.
Is
Still.
Is
the
the
damage
best.
is so much better.
Yeah.
It's just so much more functionally
It's pretty much-
sound.
best on tabletop and best in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
You might take Shadow if you're going for a specific build, like with Rogue.
yeah.
But other than that, you're never going to take this.
No. And I don't know, I don't know what else they could have added, like what other subclass they could have added that would have been better.
There's
None of them.
several.
They're all
They're going to be better than Way of the Four
yeah,
Elements.
but like, are any of them really gonna outshine
I think
Open Hand?
Open Hand?
Sun Soul would have been cool
Sun Soul's
to have.
cool.
If they fixed it, I could see Sun Soul being cool.
If they want to do a spellcaster one, Sun Soul's going to be the one you want to pick.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a world where you would take. Sorry, they could like improve.
Is there a psionics one? There's got to be a psionics one. I don't remember.
No, I don't think there is
Yeah, I just had it pulled up.
because there's warrior.
Cobalt Soul.
Well, that's not Psionics.
That's no,
Is it
I
just
thought it
Astral
was.
Self?
Yeah, it's extra stuff. You're right.
That's Astral Self. They could have done that because they
That'd
have
be cool.
Githyanki in the thing.
Oh, that
So
would've
they
been-
could have picked it and included Githzerai.
That would be neat.
Yeah,
Maybe future expansion.
maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not actually sure what subclass goes with Githzerai. I'd have to look that up in the lore, but I mean,
It's probably something like Psy Warrior or
Githzerai is monks.
yeah, right. So
Yeah.
it's definitely in the like Astral
Yeah.
Self /
Because I mean, the end of this really goes along. The end of the story really
Well,
goes along.
I think
I
a lot of
know
those
when I
are.
fought the Gith monks, they kicked the shit out of me. So I'm going to say they were open hand.
Yeah, they
no,
are, and-
not all of them. Some of them are 4 elements actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they
The
use like
spells and stuff.
yeah, they use spells. They still kick shit because Monk is actually really good in
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, that's why it has actually all these changes we've mentioned so far are usually minor changes. There's some like the Way of Shadows, Shadow Strike.
Just kind of moving
Yeah,
stuff
that's-
around and adding.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, to me, that's a big change.
It is a big
giving
change.
a level 11 ability at level 5 instead.
But
Yeah.
the level 11 ability is more on scale power level wise to a level 5 ability.
Absolutely. And then Way of the Open Hand. There's 3 bullet points, so we're all going to read one.
Cool.
Ethan.
Way of the Open Hand, bullet point 1, wholeness of body added. What am I? Having
Added
a stroke. Okay.
Again?
Added regain half your key points and gain. No, it's just your right hand.
Oh yeah, that's real bad. I copied and pasted.
They added
though.
that you would gain half your key points and gain 1 key point per turn and have an extra bonus action.
Yeah.
Which is just banana balls.
Yeah.
I mean, it means you're flurry of blows and blowing every dude everywhere.
But that's like a once per long rest ability, I believe.
I think. But here's the thing, right? So having an extra bonus action is cool. If you do the spoilers, if you do the full brainworm stuff with the
Emperor,
and you get there's an ability that lets any action be a bonus action. Yeah, it gets fucking broke. And the game also, if you use that ability, it just like gets really wonky of when it wants to use which one.
gotcha.
I'm pretty sure it uses all your bonus actions first, so you gotta be careful with that. But like it's.
Well, also wholeness of body, like from the Player's Handbook edition, it's not really going to affect this game at all.
No.
But anytime you can regain like spell slots, key points, sorcery points, anything, that's fantastic.
Always.
Because the more resources, the longer you can keep fighting and actually be effective.
So not the reason they changed it, but wholeness of body and tabletop, you literally just gain the ability to heal yourself. So as an action, you can regain hit points equal to 3 times your monk level, and you have to finish a long rest before you do it. So this one, just having those key points and being able to have that extra bonus action for more damage or whatever you want is just better.
Yeah. Why heal?
Yeah.
Again, why heal?
We come
when
back
you
to that
kill people?
constantly. Kill them first. Take your rest. That's how you heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you have somebody that's healing word in your party, you don't really need to heal.
Just in case.
Well, that's just like just getting people up.
And then the next bullet point is me. So bullet point number 2. Level 6 added manifestation of mind, body, and soul, and they are all selectable passives that add 1d4 of psychic, necrotic, or radiant damage to unarmed attacks. You can only have one active at a time, which makes sense, but it's just more damage.
They're like, for some reason, this subclass needs more damage.
For some reason,
What?
the DPS subclass needs even more damage.
Also, it's a die that can
double on a crit.
So
it was already, without this, it's still the best subclass. Not even because it's something that's not even written on here, but like the 3 abilities you have when you start the subclass, the pushing, the tripping, and that's already fucking
wonderful.
Amazing because you can just prone
knock
people.
them prone and then punch the fuck out of them.
Or if for some reason you're not using Eldritch Blast with Repelling Blast, you have a monk version of that where you can be like, bitch, go away, and push them. Yeah, because it's battlefield control is really good.
It's very important.
Maneuvering yourself and other people is
which
so
is
good.
It's really important in tabletop too. People just don't take advantage of it as much.
Yeah.
Well, it's so hard to I was talking a minute ago about the verticality. It's so hard to implement that on a tabletop.
It's so hard, but does it make fights way more dynamic when you can do it?
Yeah, but being able to visualize it like that makes it a lot simpler.
It is.
There's nothing more fun than knocking somebody off something down onto a lower platform where I have other people.
Oh yeah,
they're prone down there, and then
you
just
fucking
bam,
smash.
Just pull up their batons and just
smush.
hit them like they're an inner city cop.
He's got a gun.
God damn.
That's sad and true.
It is. Jarrett, last bullet point.
Third bullet point. Level 9 gain key resonation.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called in the game.
Is it? I figured it'd be resonance, but maybe not.
Listen.
Is resonation a word?
I don't think it is, but maybe I'm wrong. The level 17th ability, Quivering Palm. So I'm assuming, way you've written this, I played a fucking open hand monk and I don't even remember.
So Quivering Palm, you gain the ability to set up lethal vibrations in someone's body, and then you can make them explode.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I don't think that's exactly how it works in Baldur's Gate, but I feel like they use the damage version.
Yeah.
It is similar. This is not the right one.
It's a lot of damage.
Well,
if I remember correctly.
it's like 10d10 if they fail to save in tabletop. Or, no, pass the save.
No, it is key resonation.
Oh. Okay, sure.
So it's key resonation, punch. Punch is a bonus action, blast, and then that says level 11 tranquility, which I guess they didn't change anything there. They did not. Blast, it does 3d6 force damage.
Yeah.
Detonate the key of a creature resonating with you, hitting the creature and anyone within 5 meters of it.
So it's
I said
AoE.
5 minutes.
I know the reason I did not use this ability because I went only 8 levels of open hand monk.
Oh.
Just I wanted the extra.
Anytime,
ASI.
anytime where it says explosion
Yeah.
is always a good time.
Yeah, you have to hit them with the punch first before you can do the blast.
So you have to use a.
You have to use the key resonation punch to make it's just like tabletop.
Yeah,
where
to like inflict them with the.
Quiver.
Your quivering palm, and then they explode
Yes.
on the next turn.
No, you
After
can
that.
then activate it.
So that's like a thing over on the side. You'd be like, all right, now blow up.
Now they did lower the damage considerably
Yeah,
because
because
it was level 17.
Yeah, and
in
it was
tabletop.
10d10,
Yeah, and they changed it to I think what did I say 3d6?
3d6.
It could have been higher.
It probably could have been, but
I think 66 would have been fine.
like a little fireball.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's a level 9 and it's a one-off. So it could have been higher. I'm always disappointed by that. I understand it's functioning well here,
But
but I'm always disappointed by that. It's like, give them the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them
What's
have
it
that
matter?
juice.
At level 11, whenever you can only go to 12, or that's level 9.
Nine.
At level 9, when you can only go to 12, fuck it.
Yeah, what's going to happen? You could lose and save scum. I mean, whatever. Let them have the juice.
Give them
they already did enough to help Monk.
Yeah. But at this point, it doesn't matter because it's like
Well,
the second
not even in the
best
class
subclass
did
of the
they-
game.
Yeah, there's a lot of items
The
that
items
are
they
monk
definitely
specific.
juiced the fuck out of them. Like you can solo the entire game if you have a certain set of items and
It's,
The right build.
the right
Yeah.
build. Yeah.
but I mean, that
crazy.
happened with all of Baldur's Gate, though, is the items that you get really buff the crap out of your character. You could have a level in, like, Commoner and be, like, just blasting people.
I feel like specifically Monk though they were like, yeah, little bit extra,
You can tell.
little bit extra.
I mean,
I
most
have-
of these are, like, just slight
Yeah.
increases.
But they're like, hey, you know what? Tavern Brawler doubles your strength
Yeah.
on
And
melee.
I seen on the Baldur's Gate 3 subreddit the other day, someone had like a plus 21
Yeah. The damage.
to their damage.
Yeah.
And people were like, how?
It's not really that hard.
And they're like, oh, well, I got like really good wisdom,
Yep.
really good strength, and I have Tavern Brawler, and I have these items.
Well, they also got so many items that decrease the number that you have to roll to get a crit.
Yeah.
Like you can get it down to like 14.
Yeah, but you're never using those items on a monk.
Yeah.
Not on a monk.
Yeah.
They're like it works for rogue.
It does, but,
usually, but
With the monk ones, you're using all the stuff that lets you increase.
All the uninhibited Kashiko.
Well, that
like-
and the soul snatching gloves from the House of Hope, which adds an extra D10 of force damage
Yeah.
on unarmed attack, which is like what?
yeah, it's a lot.
What?
There's a lot of things that are a lot in that game, though.
It could have been a D4 and still be good. A D10's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
What's that short sword you get? It's in the Underdark.
It's not short. It's a long sword.
No, there's a short
Oh,
sword.
there's a
you
short.
get.
Oh, there's a short sword.
Yeah, it's
It's
the
like life stealing, isn't
of
it?
the Underking or the Mountain King or something like that.
I kind of know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a completely bonkers sword that is the best short sword in the game. Would go good with this because it decreases the number that you have to roll for. It just says decreases number.
Yeah.
That you have to roll for your critical strike, and it works with
The
the
knife of
entire
the-
character, not just with that weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it,
with monk, it would be really good.
it is the knife of the Undermountain King.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. They may have changed it by now, but
It is very rare. Does 8 to 13 damage. It's a 1d6 plus 5 to acid. The wielder scores a critical hit when rolling a 19. When they roll 2 damage or less, they re-roll the dice, taking the highest. And Shadow Blade, you have advantage on attack rolls against lightly or heavily obscured targets when using this blade, and it's a +2 weapon. It's a short sword.
But it's a knife.
It's
Weird. It's fine.
I'm still using that with Asterion
Yeah,
on mine.
it's like the best one in the game. Like, why would you not use it?
Yeah, it's really good. So that's all the changes for Monk. Do we got anything else that we need to mention?
Oh, yeah. I guess we can hit on it, but like, you're never taking 12 levels of monk. You're always taking 3 levels of thief rogue.
Yeah.
If you're a monk, you have to. That extra bonus action is so good.
I've seen a lot of people trying to do barbarian with it, and it never works out.
Why would you try?
It's because they think that because they don't, neither one wears armor, or what you should wear armor as a barbarian in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Probably at the tabletop too, but
Yeah. If you don't have the stats for,
oh yeah,
If you don't get it, depending on how you do stats,
Yeah.
if you don't get
but
lucky with your rolls.
but a lot of people seem to think that it's a good idea to try barbarian with monk because they seem to have these things that are similar, but it's not. It is not.
Yeah, they're
a good
completely
idea.
different.
Yeah,
if we had more levels, it could work better because you could do more of one of the other. You could dip more in one. Be like, okay, I can take 3 levels of monk, get fury blows and some key points, and then go 10 levels of barbarian or whatever. 7 in a fighter.
one of the biggest
Whatever.
issues is that for me is that barbarian's rage works off of strength,
Yeah.
and monk works almost entirely off of dex.
Yeah.
Especially
It's
open
supposed to.
hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's most of the time it works almost entirely off of dex and your proficiency bonus, but it just doesn't match well.
Yeah, there's
It
no.
never does.
Yeah.
There's no.
There's so much economy that's going in different directions.
Well, not that, but there's. I guess how they get around in the game is you're supposed to get the belt of giant strength.
Yeah,
And that's how you're supposed to make your monk have really high strength,
Yeah.
which I
you
get.
could.
I mean, that's what you're
could.
kind of supposed to do if you're going to build a monk is to do that. Take Tavern Brawler, get the extra 12 damage or whatever,
Yeah,
boost
Yeah.
it, and like just boost the shit out of it.
it's already really powerful.
Yeah, you can. Get, I mean, you can do that with any melee
It's weird to
character.
me.
I think if they had Kensai instead of 4 elements, you could say Ranger would be good. But at the same time, I've seen people trying to do that too.
I try to do it, and it just
It doesn't work out as well.
it's just the action economy is not there without the extra bonus action from the Thief Rogue.
Yeah.
Like just trying to use Hunter's Mark / the Umbral Stalker,
Yeah,
which is a free attack, but it's just like trying to use your bonus action because you always want to be able to Fury of Blows.
Oh, I don't know why this reminded me of why I randomly remembered it, but do you remember talking about the achievement you get for having 1 level in each class?
Yeah,
Were you able to go in?
I never did it.
Okay.
I never looked into it. Are you saying were you able to do it just like at the end of the game?
Yeah, and still
I would assume so.
okay.
I don't know.
Because you said you were going to.
I did.
You were like, "Oh, I'm at the end of the game. I'll do it right now," and then
I forgot.
that's what I figured. But well, that's it. That's it.
I mean, there's just not a lot.
No, and which is funny that they didn't change a lot, yet it's still such a good class in the game.
But
Like in Baldur's Gate 3.
it's weird. A lot of it, I think, has to do with the items.
Yeah.
They do a lot of the heavy lifting because I feel like if you did all these changes, it'd be better in tabletop than it is now. It wouldn't be nearly as good without the Thief Rogue changes.
We'll get the same thing whenever we get to Rogue too. Is that a lot of the weight is carried by the items.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like in tabletop, Rogue is still a good class because it's
Monk is
Useful.
good too.
It's gotten better.
I don't know. Can't believe I'm making that argument. Like Monk is still good.
I feel like it feels a little underpowered in tabletop.
I think the thing that I learned from looking at how Monk works in Baldur's Gate 3, the thing I learned was that I should be handing out better items to characters, right? I should be handing out more tailored items to the party instead of just like. And
Generalized.
I did that, and I've done that. I've handed out specific items to you guys before, but I think going and the skull,
That's how you did a skull. That's really weird.
it's got eyes in the mouth,
guess.
and it's a duck. Right? Okay, yeah.
Kill them all.
But like, I think that giving out more tailored items would be a good thing,
Yeah.
or at least providing the opportunity to go get them,
Yeah.
like at a shop, right? If they want to get it and try it out, sure. But, I don't really think that.
I think that's something.
This is light years of difference for Monk itself, but I think that I learned something from it about DMing.
in general.
Yeah.
Not even just Monk, but
And it's
For
funny.
anyone.
It's funny.
Yeah.
We're learning this as we're stopping playing 5e.
I'm sure that even though
I'm sure that it applies to
It
Pathfinder as
probably will
well.
apply to Pathfinder in some regard, but it won't be the same
No.
because
well, it's a different game.
it's
I
different
mean,
game.
I
Different.
mean, I probably won't hand out that many items real quick.
well, that makes
'Cause-
sense too because you don't want to make everybody
Well, I want to get used to it. I want them to get used to it as it is, and then we'll.
and not give them something that's broken and then have to be like, oh, we got to change some shit.
I have a character to kill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that character falls down a hole. I don't know, but it'll be.
it was just funny to me that we both had this realization as we're playing Baldur's Gate, and we're both like, we're not going to be able to use this anymore.
Because I mean, like
We have no time for this.
you were talking about your campaign. It's like you want
Oh,
us to break the game, right?
Yeah.
You want us to get to that point so that it's more of a challenge for you.
Yeah.
When you could have been doing it all this time with items instead of.
Which I did.
You did some I'm gonna hate.
But they
them
were
as
still
geared to the
they were
guilds.
still mostly generic items.
They were
Like,
not tailored.
specifically.
There was a couple, but not all of them. Like almost every item in this game is like built with a specific
Class
or
And that-
build.
And that's the thing. Like whenever you handed out items, it's not that they weren't specific for a person. Like you had that person
Yeah.
in mind, but it's not like me and Ethan playing it. Either one of us could have taken that item.
Yeah.
It was meant for his character,
Yeah.
but mine could use it. So I was throwing my hat in the ring and rolling my dice. Although we never did that because 2 different classes.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Caster and whatever the fuck he was. Cannibal.
cannibal. Hey,
Don't act like you weren't a cannibal. Oh yeah, did we tell you Korth had a second kid?
No,
Yeah.
I like it. By the way, I've talked to Sam. I fully plan on trying to make it to one Sunday night session sometime as Korth.
Well, you better hurry because
I know it's like getting ready to.
it's ending.
Trust me.
Probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh God, I gotta be fast. Fuck.
Yeah, much quicker than I thought.
Well, kind of just like I wanted to end it before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because
'Cause
there's
then
gonna be
y'all
like
won't-
3 or 4 weeks where we're not playing. so-
Yeah. Well, it'd be like we wouldn't play for Thanksgiving. We'd play for like 2 weeks. Wouldn't play for 3 weeks because of like Christmas, New Year's,
All this stuff.
all that shit.
But it's gonna give us time to adjust to Pathfinder.
Well, yeah. Like, so we're not starting Pathfinder until the new year.
Well, I don't have my
Is there a
schedule.
monk in Pathfinder?
Yeah.
What's it
Wait, I
called?
think-
Monk
Isn't there?
or like pugilist or what is it called?
We can talk about that after the fact. We're going to
Sure.
wrap this up. Thank you guys for listening. Use the link in the description. You can find all our socials and all the good stuff like Patreon, links to more episodes. And we appreciate you. Bye.
Wow,
Deuce.
just like that, huh?
I double clicked it.
You did. Well, you clicked it once when it was off. Or
How are you alive?
the volume was low.
I ask myself that every single day.